YouTube a second to catch up. Showing me a weird screen today. Hold on. I think we're live on both. It definitely says it on Facebook. Anyway, or on YouTube. I hate that I can't tell if I'm ever live on Facebook. There we go. I could see. Alrighty. I wanted to start out today. Hey, when this happens, I can't click on it. With these questions here. These are questions that our VA put together for us to kind of make some reels on and go over. And I made the first three already. I'm going to save the last two for next week. But I just wanted to discuss these questions because they are commonly asked questions in real estate. And I think it would be beneficial to kind of go over my thoughts on them as well. It is not showing me the screen that it usually does. This is so annoying. Not 100% sure what is going on, but whatever. Alright, so is it better to buy or to rent? I also wanted to show this picture for this one here. This graphic does tell you that it's 52% more expensive to buy than to rent today. Unfortunately, statistics like this don't really take into consideration all the added benefits that come with owning a home, especially when it is becoming this more expensive to own a home. Like, yeah, that's right. It's more expensive. Interest rates have gone up. Home prices have soared up as well. There's more institutional buyers in the market, so it's harder to purchase a home. That's true, but there's a reason that people are purchasing home. You're getting homes. You're getting all that equity appreciation in them, security and stability in the investment. It's been the best investment in the U.S. for a long, long time. And also, you get all those added tax benefits. There's a lot of write-offs and depreciation that you can get from owning a home, especially if you do work within the real estate industry. There's a lot of stuff that you can take advantage of that makes it more beneficial for you to own a home than it is to rent a home. Plus, you just have more options and flexibility when you're owning a home. If you ever get in a position where you can purchase another home, you can then rent out that home and pretty much pay for your mortgage. So, in my opinion, yeah, I'm a realtor and I'm probably biased, but it's always better to buy a home when possible. I understand that renting is a necessity. I currently rent as well. But I don't think that it's something that people should strive to do for a long time. Next question. How will you market my home? Well, we are in a very competitive market. The first thing you have to understand about marketing your home is that there are other people also trying to sell their home. So I tell people there's three things that we need to make sure that we have success when trying to sell your home. The first is all about the numbers. Need to make sure that we're making a list price that's competitive and based on empirical information, what the market tells us around your area, and trying to put our emotions aside. That's probably one of the hardest areas when it comes to listing a property, is not taking into consideration what you think that the property is worth. You really have to look at what other people think that the property might be worth. The second, and maybe even just as important, is getting the property ready. Are we going to be listing the property as is, or do we need to make some changes, like slight repairs to the property to make it more attractive for a buyer that might not be coming to the table with funds to make any major renovations to your home? This includes things like staging, professional photos, and then, like I said, any repairs and cleaning that may need to be needed before buyers walk through. Really small piece, but I do think it's pretty crucial. People don't want to be purchasing something that doesn't look like it's been prepped and ready, because this is a big monumentous almost or monumental moment for most people. So making sure that your home is nice and easing any of their concerns is definitely a great way to make sure that people are coming back to your home, which leads to the third thing that you need to do when selling a home, and it's great follow up with the people that did come and check out your house. Making sure that you're getting feedback from them, whether they liked the house, if the price was too high, what factors about the house did they like, and which ones did they not. This will help you better understand who's going to actually be purchasing your home, and that follow up may bring a buyer back to the home if they've even gone to go see further homes. Maybe those homes had gone pending on the market and they weren't able to get to them. So making sure that you're keeping and maintaining a database of who's gone to the home is going to be crucial for getting those buyers back and to the closing table. Third, do I have to order a home inspection? The short answer is no. The long answer is yes. Yeah, just because it has more letters. No. You don't have to get a home inspection. Not in every case. There are definitely lenders that are going to be requiring a home inspection because they want to know what they're lending their money on. But even if you're purchasing with cash, where you don't have to get a home inspection, I do highly recommend getting a home inspection, although they can sometimes be a little scary. I remember the first time and process I went through with the home inspection. There were so many red boxes and things that they said that were wrong with the property. And I was like, oh no, we're not going to close on this. I spent so much time. But the buyers understood that the inspection had all these things on it, but which ones do you actually need to get fixed right now and which ones can wait for another year or two, or which one, yeah. You just need to know which ones are immediate to get taken care of, really. Sorry, the sun had moved and came into my eyes. Yeah, getting a home inspection is always a great idea. Even if there are things that come up on the home inspection that you're going to want to get credited at closing, you're going to want the home inspection so you can get a credited contractor out there to get you a quote or estimate of what it would be to repair said thing. Without that, it's pretty unlikely that the seller is going to accept your request for a credit on the buyer inspection response. So it's always a good idea to make sure you're getting accredited people out there. Sorry, getting a whole bunch of texts and emails this morning. Alright, next two I have not answered yet, but I'm going to answer on the fly here and then I'm going to refine it later for when I make the video. How would you help me buy a home? Well, I'll tell you how I've helped people buy homes, and that's, we'll start from the process. There's the first contact. It's different if you're somebody that's watching this and already knows me. That might look a little bit different, but first contact with somebody, I'm really just trying to make sure that the person's comfortable with me and I'm comfortable with them. There's tons of realtors out there. There's tons of home buyers out there. So making sure that you have the best match possible is best. If somebody's not going to be a good fit, I'm going to let them know and we're not going to waste each other's time. It's always good to make sure that your synergies kind of align so that you can get stuff done efficiently. When people are always grinding against each other, it just makes the home buying process not very fun. So I'd rather defer that business, and I'd rather you also tell me if you didn't like working with me so I can improve my business as well. But that's the first thing, making sure we're comfortable with each other. Secondly, I always like to have a second meeting too to go a little bit further into the criteria of the person that's looking to buy the home. I don't like to talk about the numbers too much on the first call. I like to know that you're going to be qualified to purchase the home, but other than that, we're not going to talk too much about the criteria. I want to know what type of home that you're trying to buy, like single family, double or duplexes, multifamily, or if you're looking to be an owner occupant in a home. That's going to make a big difference in the searches that we set up for you. But I guess that's the third thing that we do, is setting up a search on this website called Zenlist. It's pretty similar to Zillow, but as you use the app, it takes track and notes of which properties that you have identified that you liked. So me being able to see that is going to help me send more similar properties if we weren't able to get one of those properties that you did want. And then I guess fourth thing is, once we do get those properties outlined, is fleshing out which properties it is that we're going to be putting offers in on. I guess tied into that piece is making sure that we're doing a thorough examination of what the property is and what the financial situation might be of the seller, so that we may be able to get a bit of a discount on the property or get the terms that we need to make this property fit our needs. That's a service that any realtor should kind of provide you, and that's done by just getting in contact with the list agent and communicating what your needs are in the property and trying to negotiate even before an offer is sent. That way, I don't know, when you do submit that first offer, it's going to get looked at. And I guess 4B is always my plan as well, to get an offer countered. Believe it or not, I don't think it is the smartest idea to send an offer and assume that it's going to be accepted. I would prefer that my offer be countered. That way I just know that my client is getting what their needs are within the transaction. If that's not something that you're interested in, and it definitely is situational, if there's a hot property that multiple people are offering on, probably not going to lowball that property to find out where we could get it, where our needs fit. But if it's a hot property, go over ask, and we'll figure out how far over ask we do need to go. That's also just done with communicating, feeling out where the other offers may be, and doing further financial analysis to make sure that we can actually do our highest and best. I don't like always basing it off of what other people may be offering on the property. It's best to just offer what your best is. That way you're not ever getting yourself in a situation where you're offering too much on a property, and then it's just never going to be a good investment for you. That hurts you, and it hurts me as well. I don't like to see that. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much how it goes into buying a home. Well, I definitely need to refine this answer to this question. Other things that will help you do is to set you up with property managers, lenders, insurance folk, inspectors, anything that you really need to get the property up and ready for to put back on the market or to rent out or for yourself. We can help you out there. Number 5, when should I apply for a mortgage when buying a home? Can make this one really short and simple. Today is the answer. If you're wanting to buy a home, it is best to get pre-approved as soon as possible. Now, that is situational. If maybe your financial situation is looking to improve in the next week or two, or maybe in a couple months, depending on when you're looking to purchase a home, wait until you're kind of at that peak of financial performance. So when you do go get pre-approved for a loan, you're going to be able to get that whole chunk that you're looking for. If maybe you're expecting to get a raise soon at your job, or maybe you're getting married soon, those both come with added benefits that'll help your purchasing power go further when it comes to purchasing a home. All right, pretty short answers to those today. I am going to be looking to do this about once a week. I think it's a great idea to kind of keep myself educated on what people are looking for. These were all questions that our transaction coordinator pulled from a list of commonly asked questions of realtors. Awesome. Let's get started here. I'm going to see if I can't get this screen where I want it to be. It's loading. All right. Let's get started today. I already looked at this first property. I didn't look at it super far or anything, but I do think it's a good property already. Great job to the list agent in going ahead and letting us know that it isn't an opportunity zone. If you're not familiar with what an opportunity zone is, don't worry, because I'm not all that familiar either. An opportunity zone, from my understanding, is a area of the city that has been designated for investment. Really, there are certain tax advantages that come to purchasing a property and rehabbing it. I believe the criteria that I understood was that if you purchased a property for $100,000, you would need to be putting $100,000 into the property to qualify for the tax benefits. And then you need to hold the property for 10 years in order to avoid capital gains tax. So you could operate it as an Airbnb. That's why I like this one. This is a quadplex on the east side. It's close to Woodruff. I already have it pulled up here. Oh no, it disappeared. Oh, I pulled it up here. I put it up in the wrong one. We're gonna have to set up this tab. But it's south of the near east side, and it's south of Woodruff Place, and it's kind of on Inglewood. It's in this little block that doesn't really have a neighborhood, doesn't have a home, but it says the east side here. I do like this area for the development. There's lots of new builds and new construction going on over here. we do need to fix this tab now, because one of the things that is going to be crucial for understanding this investment is seeing how it would rent out. I'm just going to look at it from a long-term rental perspective for now, but if it makes like a decent enough sense, then we could look at it as an Airbnb, but that would be something that we do later in the show anyway. This one is going to go on the list regardless. Got a hair stuck in my eyes. Okay, so rents do look pretty strong here. Because we are going to make it a new build, we could kind of just figure out what bed and bath count we need to be. I'm assuming that a 3-2 is going to be, yeah, 3-2s are awesome here, but because we're a quadplex, it's going to be hard to pull that off. So I would anticipate having 2 or 1 bedrooms. It is a pretty large lot. You might be able to make 3-bedroom units work, to be honest. And if you're able to do that, just look what the rents would be. This is a newer build, I believe. Yeah. I think this is a great property. It might even make sense from a long-term rental perspective. Go and take a look at it. It doesn't really look like a quadplex all that much. It kind of looks more like a commercial building. If you see this, it looks like a courtyard here. But I guess it was residential. You can see lots of things you could probably do with this. It's just a really large lot, essentially. I don't know how much of this house you're going to be keeping. Probably not much of it at all. But new builds here, and this is a pretty cheap, flexible multi-2 zoning classification allows for an investor to be creative, finding the highest and best use for this property. It's probably has a quadplex. Please contact for access. Yeah, we're definitely going to be reaching out about this property here later today. I do have a lot of stuff I have to get to today. I have to do some key transfers and finish up this newsletter. Right, we got Franklin Land. Franklin is pretty bustling, can't lie about that. This is commercial though, so I'm not exactly sure what I would be wanting to do with this. Woodrow Ave. It's a tiny little house. This coffee mug leaks. It has to. That sucks. 312 Woodrow Ave. Tiny little house. Notice we are already up to 130. That door is not on its hinges, I don't believe. It's actually super nice in here. I can't hate on this. I'm not 100% sure where this is. I think 130 is probably a stretch for it wherever it's at. Well, unless it's in Broad Ripple. And I didn't set up any of the tabs today. I was all focused on those questions. Cool beans. Oh, was it in Indianapolis? It was, right? Yeah. 3.2, 1,300 square feet, so that is a good size. That's a 3.1. It's smaller as well. It's also the highest sold property here. There's this one. There's a 3.2, a little bit bigger than us. So we are in between that for sure. I do see another one here, so I'm curious what they bought it for, what condition it was in. Because it's also bigger. It hasn't been gutted yet, but I'd say this is pretty similar condition. So to ask for 130 is a bit of a stretch. I'm assuming that it would just make sense at 90 like that property did. Does look like our lot is bigger, quite a bit bigger. We do have a whole 1/4 acre in Indianapolis. That is really nice. This one says it's a 1/4 acre too. That's hard to believe. Unless this one could be a double lot as well. There's vacant lots on both sides. What does it look like now? I don't think they made any layout changes. They opened up the kitchen a little bit. They put a nice kitchen in there too. What's the house at 190 look like? Slightly less of a finish out. I think you're somewhere between 190 and 200. It's hard to tell how much this thing actually needs. I don't think they're going to get 130 for it, but this is something I'd be interested in. It's on the west side, so not an ideal location. I need to go back real quick. Hold on. I didn't save this address. I'm going to put this one on the side for now. I think it's got potential, but I don't think it's going to be the best property ever. Vermont. Single family home, little tiny thing. Is that baseboard heating? It is indeed. Let's take a look for vents just in case. I don't see any vents and I see more baseboard heating. So you know that is quite a bit of an added expense. So I'm going to skip 5205 West Southern Ave. Something new I see. Props to putting that photo in there. Definitely did reassure me about the property a little bit. Oh wow, it is right in between the highways here. Yeah, no. 5524 Northport Drive. This is Lipstick. It's got baseboard heating too, though. It's got a big yard. It's got AC units too. No. 3025 Forest Manor Ave. Definitely needs work. If you couldn't tell. Duplex occupied side living room? Wait, what? A duplex? Whoa, it's a fourplex. Oh, whoa. This changes things a little bit. Let's check her out, yeah? It is near Forest Manor. Guess that is still technically Forest Manor. This is over there. I'm definitely in for it. I like this. I need to check out what the bed and bath counts are. 4 separate rental units and 2 buildings on 1 property. Okay, this is going to be an interesting... Interesting. So we've got 2 2-beds and then studios. Looks like 2 beds gonna be 800. I'm gonna call it 800. I like our property. And the studios are probably like 600. Does Rentometer even have a studio option? No, it does. It does. That's hard to believe. We always like to take the 75th percentile. We're going to be good landlords. 735. What's it say for a 2-bed? That's crazy. Where do you see anything for... There's these up here. These are the same area. Yeah, I like sticking with 800 and let's do 650 is the other one. So, I'm so bad at math this morning. Get about $2,900. I don't know how much work does it need. It needs a lot. Believe it or not, I'm not afraid of this. This is the second building. Not bad. Let's say you're 30 a unit. Let's say 20 a unit. It's 80. Let's say another 40 in the property, 120. This can make sense. Check something. Okay, nobody is watching, so this is perfect time. I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. I got some texts about closing too, so I had to respond to those. Moving on, 4847 Oakwood Trail. It's a condo. Skip it. Denny Street. It's a clean house on Denny. It's a duplex. This looks rent ready. Just a wall in between. I would need to make sure that this is zoned to duplex. It's one of those iffy ones. Does look a little wet down there. Looks pretty wet down there. That's not good. Carport, an alley. Huh, where is this? Is this on the south side? I like the neighborhood. Those drone shots mattered. I do think it probably needs like 30 in work. I just copied. I'm a Dumbo. Looked like there were 2 ones. 1 bedroom. That's gonna make this one tough. They want 170 for it. That would mean both units could rent out for $800. And there's a duplex with 3 bedrooms and it's $875. This is not on the south side. What was all that land? This? Where was it? I don't know, maybe you put 20 into it if they're saying they're going to be redoing it. I need that basement fixed. It's probably not a good Airbnb. It's not bad. It's outside of the bad pockets, right? That's in Greystone, never mind. Not going to be using that as an Airbnb. Next, this is a cool single family house. Is this a new build? Is it just renovated? No, just renovated. It's really cool. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna rent that high, right? Think about it. I don't think so. Only. Nice. Wait, what? These are rendered for sure. Nice. Didn't see any vents in there. Didn't see any baseboard heating either. Looked like a vent in that last picture. Not a lot of vents. There's a vent. Okay. I need to see at least 2. I'd like to see 3. Not a bad little house. Do I think that there's going to be enough room in it? No. I don't. Trippin'. Fairhope Drive. I actually really like that wood. I really like this. This one kind of sucks. Got a nice fenced in yard. Looks like it's on a slab. Looks like it's a little wavy too. Four 46237. I'm not familiar with that zip. Nothing. This looks like a newer build though. That's 1993. Next. Oh my god, I had that couch like in 2005. That's real brick. It's not a real brick wall, but it's real brick. This house doesn't need too much updating. It's a little split level action. I really like it. I'm gonna try something real quick. I was seeing if that would make it pull up with the bed and bath counts. It didn't. No. There are some. I don't know anything about Monrovia. Not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, I want the kitchen redone. Need to get the wood walls out of this one. Not as attractive as the other one. Why do you have a pool house? Oh wow, there's a whole big ass barn on there. Pretty nice. No data. Does have that pool barn though. I think that'll probably get sold like that. Condo. Condo. Townhome. Single family home. Astro Court. Barrel. 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 Travis Scott. Anybody? It's really nice. It's not that expensive too. I wonder what type of neighborhood it's in. Why are we doing this? What kind of neighborhood are we in, Astro Court? Those are pretty fair. That's pretty be a little less than that. But we'd probably be around like 1,200, I feel like. That's pretty nice. Wouldn't be a bad cash deal. Now, this is a cool little house. My pictures always look blurry like this. Shouldn't have said that. This is an adorable house. I don't think there's any value add in this house whatsoever, but this thing is adorable. There's a vacant lot next door. Unless it's being sold with it. It's not bad. Just looks like it could need help. Oftentimes these don't sell at a price that makes sense, though. You got LVP in there, but how long has it been in there? Probably 5 years. Three, 2, 18. It is one of the bigger houses in the neighborhood. I think 245 would be pushing your max. Next. This is cute too. Hate that coffee mug is leaking. This is super cute. Not good for an investment, but Cumberland. It's pretty nice. Interesting. Highview Drive. Pictures, please. Already got an idea what this is looking like. You cannot consider this neighborhood. Yeah, it sucks. I like that house. The duplex on Guilford. This is really, I think this is going to make sense. Let's take a look at these rents. These might be 3 bedrooms. What are they? I had a feeling 3 bed, 1.5. It's 5. 3, 1. That's half of a duplex too. This is 3, 1.5, 16. Let's see, we are, that's 1,300 square feet. Wow. There's no way. Maybe each level is that big? Because this looks pretty big. A lot bigger than 600 square feet a unit. Oh, that door needs help. It's pretty nice. Everything's just dirty. I don't think they're gonna get 250 for it. Wait a second. It does probably still need some work. I really like this though. It's way bigger than 600 square feet. Current income is... The income is... Wait, okay, I gotta read through this. 2-car garage. Each unit can have one side of the garage. Both units have 3 beds, 1 bath. Basement kitchen come equipped with all appliances. One side right the other. It's pretty nice. Current income is $800. Okay, this thing is definitely distressed. Okay, that's nice. No, it looks like we lost the camera. Let's give it a second to come back. It's back. I think we could be worth this house. I wonder what this sold for. $200 in 2021. Struggling on this one, guys. Shouldn't this be the multifamily one? Why isn't it pulled up? That's not what we wanted. This one listed for $299. I don't remember that one. See, I was hoping we were worth more like $300. I think we probably are. So let's do the math on this. That's not going to be favorable. ARV is 300 times 0.8. Say minus 50 in repairs. You need to purchase this at 190. Doesn't really work. 60K off. It's a lot. If it sits there for a while, yeah, but if not, that's a no-go. Buttonwood, Carmel. A lot of duplexes today. Nothing's been hitting though. These are just a little pricey for where they're at. This one's still got baseboard heating. I think it's like $12K for a duplex to get that fixed up. Given it's a nice spot. I hate when that happens. Nothing else really over here. It is outside of the circle. No squeeze on that one. Show me what the rents are. That's how easy duplexes can get me, man. I love the things. I don't even know how many bed and baths it was. 2-1. I'm shaking. It's not going to be worth it. You're probably $1,100 or $1,200. Close, but no squeeze. Needs some minor updating. Whiteland. Take down the wall. We've seen this play before. $45K. Moving on. Moving on. Oakland Ave. This is really nice. Not gonna be worth it for me. Plainfield, do you need help? We might have looked at this house yesterday. I think we did. We looked at that house yesterday too. It's the only photo. That's sad. Auction. Pendleton. So that's 33 photos. What is this? Like a pool, a garden bed? I don't know what there's a light there. I don't know what that is. This thing doesn't it's gonna take too much to fix up. Just looking because I know houses in Pendleton are going crazy high. And that's what this real estate agent thinks as well. It's a pretty nice Westfield home. What happened? Wait, what? I don't know what he was saying on that. It's not letting me see photos. This is kind of a problem. Okay, the arrow still works. So we've got a big barn. That's really all that's for sale. My phone is blowing up. No squeeze. Maybe squeeze. That seems some squeeze potential. I don't know anything about Bogstown. Bogstown, Indiana. Nobody's moving here for $500,000? Okay. Greenfield. It's gonna be updated. It's nice. Don't think we're going to have a lot of properties to look through today or look at the end. I'm not going to bother with like a cool house. We only have one house currently saved. What condition are Zionsville homes being sold in? Damn, that's so expensive. Alright, so that was all that we had. There was also 312 Woodrow Ave. I'm going to take another quick peek at it, and we'll see if it was worth anything. Was this one. Didn't have a lot going on. I mean, renovation wise, I just don't see it taking more than, like, let's say 45 even. Reframed and re-drywalled, add your own flooring paint. So let's see what the ARV is. We need like 90 in a spread here. Minimum. Yeah, we got 60. I remember, yeah. We're not, not gonna take a look. We just got the one. Looks like I selected this one too. Oh yeah, this was a fourplex too. Well, we'll look at the both of these. All right. Well, good morning, neighbors. My name is Julius, and welcome to the Pulse. We've got these two properties to check out here right now. Not a ton going on today on the market, but these two are kind of interesting. I'm going to take a quick dive into them. This one is 2425 East Michigan Street in Indianapolis. It is in an opportunity zone. Spoke about it a little bit earlier, but with an opportunity zone, I'm not the most well-versed on it, but as I understand it, it has special tax incentives to purchase the property. If you're doing as much renovations as the purchase price was, for example, this property is $120,000. If you then put $120,000 of work into it, you would not need to pay capital gains after holding it for 10 years. So that does mean that you're going to be needing to make income from the property while you are holding it for those 10 years. So that's why it's not always that attractive to do. But with this one, I think that you could hold it, and it might even make sense for long-term tenants, if not put a couple short-term rentals in there. Look at the photos of it. Doesn't look like it was actually used as a quadplex. I could be totally wrong, but there's all this added space back here. Really large lot, pretty big building. I'd probably go ahead and just tear down the building. It's probably going to make this a lot more attractive to do. A new build over here. I do. It says in here like to find the highest and best for the property. I think it's probably being a quadplex, and let's look at the long-term rents for it. It'd be best if you could do 3-bedroom units. That's pretty rare for a quadplex, but with that large of a property, I think it's probably attainable. You've got this property right here. It's single family, but it's a 321 renting for $2,300. It's a new build. This one here is not a new build, but they're 321s renting for $2,050. So I think the goal for you here is to shoot for 4 3-2 units. Being a new build, pretty sure you could be in between $2,000 and $2,300. We'll check on Rentometer just in case. We'll do a different couple scenarios. Let's do a 2 and more than 1.5 searching and analyzing. Looks like we got about 1,500, say 1,600 for that makeup. And then if you were to do a 3-bedroom, rentometer is telling us $1,800. I think being a new build, you're gonna get $2,000 for it for sure. Yeah, that's what I think about that. I think it'd be a pretty good investment. I'm not 100% sure what construction costs are on a quadplex like that, but I do know it would be meeting this tax advantage. So it might be worth the squeeze. And I think, as long as your all-in costs are under $800,000, it's cash flowing at 1%. So I think it's a good opportunity here. Next, I don't really remember this one all that much. It was 3025 Forest Manor Ave. It's also a quadplex, and it needs quite a bit of work as well. It's got, I remember looking at this one now. It's got two-bedroom units in the main building here, and then out back it has another building with 2 studios in it above a garage. I think that the units in here would rent for about $800 to $850, and the unit in the back probably $600 to $650. I think that came out to about $2,900. But you can see this thing needs the works. I don't think you're getting away without $120,000 in repairs here, if not more. Here's those studios. It's not bad, really. It's not huge or anything, but reminds me of college apartments. And you're not paying a lot for rent, only $600, like $650. So I do think this thing has a little bit of potential. Your all-in costs would probably be around like $270, so that's going to be close to making that work. And then to give that you're going to be doing lower rents here too. There is a little bit of risk involved with this one, especially with the weird layout and everything. I definitely want to make sure that this thing is zoned properly before getting into it. But I do think this thing has some potential. With that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. Nothing too exciting today, unfortunately. I do have a lot to get to today. Expect some more content coming out here later. You can go ahead and follow me over on juliuspclark.re on Instagram, where I'm going to be releasing some reels this week. I already got one out, and we discussed those earlier in the show. Please leave a like and comment letting me know that you like the show. And if you want to see more of it, also just go ahead and pound that subscribe button, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Not sure exactly when I'm going to be coming live tomorrow. I haven't had a chance to even look at my calendar for tomorrow. Just looking at today, trying to get on to the next one. But I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, neighbors.